Well, our Hotspots magazine will celebrate 39 years this fall. It has been documenting the LGBTQ plus lifestyle and is the inspiration of our Hotspots queer entertainment this week. And it's sponsored by the Broward Center for Performing Arts. In the LGBTQ plus community, we always make jokes about size matters. When it comes to Broward Center, size does matter. The Broward Center is the destination of choice for the LGBTQ plus South Florida community for spectacular entertainment in a large variety of performance venues. Broward Center ranks among the top 10 most visited theaters in the world, presenting more than 700 performances a year to more than 700,000 patrons. And Broward Center supports one of the world's largest gay communities of Fort Lauderdale, Broward County, and really all of South Florida. They support that LGBTQ plus community and are nonprofits unlike any theater in South Florida. We are excited to tell you about upcoming shows. And did you know that surveys show that the LGBTQ plus community participates in live theater performances 2.5 times more often than our straight counterparts? And that's why they're the sponsor of Hotspots Queer Entertainment this week. LGBTQ plus fans of Doctor Who have been treated to several announcements in recent months confirming that the upcoming 60th anniversary specials and the following 14th season will feature an abundance of queer talent. And while Sex Education and Barbie star Shoot-ey Gatwa will lead the show as the 15th incarnation of the Doctor himself. He'll be joined by Heartstopper trans icon Yasmin Finney as Rose. Yet it turned out that Finney wasn't the only trans star who had been booked on the show. Apart from the above names, MacHale would become the first trans man to ever star in the hit show. The cast also includes queer names like Jinkx Monsoon, trans actor Mary Malone, Gemma Arrowsmith, Billy Brayshaw, and Hollyoaks star Majid, and I can't even pronounce the last name. The Hotspots Queer Entertainment is another trans actress appearing in Doctor Who. Means even more LGBTQ plus talent. What do we think about Doctor Who?
I am so excited about this. I grew up watching Doctor Who. It is quintessential to my childhood, and so seeing LGBT representation here is absolutely amazing. To be able to see a gay man playing the Doctor as well. First of all, when I saw Barbie and I saw that there were multiple people from the Sex Education cast, we also had MacHale on the Barbie movie as well. I was ecstatic. I'm ecstatic to see them here as well. And I'm excited to see trans representation expanded in this show. It's so important, and especially for like sci-fi nerds, which I am that is intrinsic to my childhood. It's just so amazing and so spectacular.
And when you say you're a sci-fi nerd, does that translate into major franchises like Star Trek and Star Wars, or it's the more obscure?
I think I don't think Doctor Who is obscure, but it definitely holds a significant part of my heart. I mean, I think that we saw a big uptick in U.S. audience in like 2012, and that's really when I got a hold of it. And it's just so it just is such an impactful show in my childhood, and so I'm excited about this.
Yeah, one of my absolute favorite shows as well. And I think this really just goes to show why so many gay sci-fi people are associated with it. They're always pushing boundaries, being more welcoming than almost any other genre of show. When you just look at like what Star Trek did in terms of interracial, intergender, even being the first to present intersexed. Now, they always have to do it under like an alien guise, but it was really the most groundbreaking to me genre that there is.
And Doctor Who, you're a fan?
I hate British TV. So I knew that these two would have like a lot to say on it, so I was hoping they'd run out, the clock on it. But I guess I'll just say that I'm glad that trans people are being represented. I just thought in my mind, and I could be wrong because I don't watch British television, that they were more progressive and they already had a lot of these characters and like trans and gay people on there, and that this wasn't that groundbreaking. But I guess since you all are saying that it is, then I guess it is.
I'm curious. This is a different kind of scripted performance than Jinkx Monsoon normally does. Do we think Jinkx will be good in this or not?
As long as she's evil, she'll be phenomenal.
Yeah, evil? You think she'll be evil?
Oh, from the makeup and hair that they're previewing,
Yeah.
she's not going to be nice.
Are you a fan of
It's
Jinkx
giving
Monsoon?
the mistress is what it's giving. And
Yes.
You're a fan of Jinkx?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I think that she fits right in line with this show and the vibes of this show. And I'm ecstatic.
Excellent. Well, I can't wait. And of course, I'm a fan of Doctor Who.
Is he an actual
Does it-
doctor?
Yeah. Well, it's too hard
Okay,
to explain
sorry,
in this.
sorry.
And there are people. I hear people in TV land laughing at this moment. Does anybody? One last question. Does anybody have problems with all of the changes of the Doctor?
No, that's
the years?
intrinsic to the show, right? That's why it's lasted so long. It's because we're able to cycle through the cast, we're able to find new people and find new faces, and to be able to now that is really being taken full advantage of to increase the representation on the show is amazing.
I think it's a big part
Let
of
me be the counter of that. Some doctors you love, and some doctors you don't love.
Yeah,
You
sure.
lose. Just that's it.
Yeah, of course. There's gonna be I feel like everyone who is a Doctor Who fan has their favorite doctor, their favorite, their favorite actor. But I think that's the fun of it, is that we can cycle through, we get new faces, we get new people to really take up the face of this iconic role.
without the show jumping the shark.
Shut up.
It's built into the mythology.
So I remember Doctor Who as a child. Like being
It's been on
is this
for-
the same
It is the
thing?
same.
It's like
Serious.
1950.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
1969,
58,
yeah.
year?
Oh,
It's been
It's 1963.
and they've just been rebooting it like decade after decade.
And there have been so many doctors. They continue to refreshen the show with a new doctor and new storylines, and it's been going on for 50.
Like a soap opera, kind of like Days of Our Life. That's continue, meaning just like that. It's the same show that continues.
It's part of the mythology of the show that the Doctor kind of can only stay in one form for so long, so he dies and regenerates.
Oh, it's
So-
sci-fi for real.
Yes, it's
real
okay.
sci-fi,
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's
Maybe I'll
sci-fi,
watch
but
it.
I think with definitely an extra dash of camp.
yeah. He's a time traveling alien.
Oh,
So it's definitely sci-fi.
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
she, depending on
Or yes,
Which
or
she,
she,
or
or she
they.
which
again.
season.
Can
Or
be
they.
now they.
It could be.
Exactly. All right. We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ plus evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out Television Network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ plus community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ plus community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.